Welcome to The Explainer. We're diving into a single phrase that has basically ignited a civil war within the American right: America first.
I mean, just listen to this. That's a really stark warning from a leading conservative, Senator Ted Cruz. And it pretty much perfectly captures the conflict that's just tearing through the American right as we speak. Believe it or not, this all kicked off because of a single podcast interview. So what you're seeing here is a battle between, well, the GOP establishment and this insurgent fringe movement. And the flashpoint for all of this? It was commentator Tucker Carlson's recent interview with a guy named Nick Fuentes, who is a provocateur known for some deeply anti-Semitic and white nationalist views.
And the reaction, it was immediate and it was intense. You had figures like Mike Huckabee and Mark Levin joining Cruz in condemning it. The hugely influential Heritage Foundation was just thrown into total turmoil, even leading to board members resigning. The whole thing got so heated, it even sparked the hashtag MAGA Civil War online. So the big question is, how did we even get here? To really understand this schism, you have to understand the incredibly loaded history of the phrase at the center of it all: America first.
Yeah, this is not some new slogan that just popped up. Its roots go back over 100 years. And right from the very beginning, its history has been, well, let's just say it's been deeply controversial.
The meaning of this slogan has been fought over for decades. I mean, back in the 1920s, it was a rallying cry for the Ku Klux Klan. Then, by 1940, it became the banner for the America First Committee, a huge movement that was trying to keep the U.S. out of World War II. This movement was so controversial that, get this, Dr. Seuss was drawing political cartoons satirizing it. Then, fast forward to the 90s, and the slogan gets revived again by presidential candidate Pat Buchanan.
This quote right here, talking about that 1940s movement, really captures the baggage the slogan has always carried. You know, from its earliest days, it's been tied to nativism and extremism, and that's what made it politically toxic for generations. And then 2016 happens. Donald Trump takes this historically charged phrase and puts it right at the absolute center of his political identity. He didn't just use it as a slogan, he made it the official foreign policy doctrine of his administration. It became a shorthand for his nationalist, anti-interventionist, and, let's be honest, often go-it-alone positions on the world stage. And you know what? At first, the message was pretty popular. A Politico/Morning Consult poll right after his inauguration in 2017 found that a solid 65% of Americans actually responded positively to his America First message. So, in practice, what did this look like? Well, it meant challenging long-standing alliances, pulling out of global agreements like the Paris Climate Accord, and slapping trade tariffs on other countries. It was a policy that critics pretty quickly started calling America alone. And despite all the criticism, especially from groups like the Anti-Defamation League who kept pointing to the slogan's really troubling history, Trump himself just defended it, trying to draw a line between his policy and pure isolationism. Okay, so as Trump is making the America First slogan mainstream, a new, much more extreme movement saw a golden opportunity to basically hijack it for their own purposes, and in doing so, push its meaning into far, far darker territory. This movement is led by that same live streamer, Nick Fuentes, a white nationalist who straight up co-opted the America First name for his own show. His followers are known as Groypers, and they have this very specific tactic of public confrontation. They'll show up at mainstream conservative events, like those hosted by Turning Point USA, and ask these pointed, uncomfortable questions designed to push the entire conversation further and further to the right, especially on issues of race and immigration. Now, Fuentes and a lot of people in his movement also identify with incel subculture. And this is a really crucial link because this ideology often acts as a gateway to extremism. It takes personal grievances like a lack of romantic success and provides a scapegoat to blame for it all. And very frequently, that scapegoat is Jewish people. And the ideology Fuentes himself promotes is extreme. It includes praising Adolf Hitler, questioning whether the Holocaust even happened, calling for Catholic Taliban rule, and even suggesting that legislators who refuse to overturn the 2020 election should be executed.
Which brings us right back to where we started, to today's conflict where two very, very different visions of what America First even means are now at war with each other.
So on one side, you have figures like Congressman Dan Crenshaw. He's basically arguing that platforming extremist views isn't some issue of free speech or cancel culture, it's a failure of basic moral clarity. And on the other side, you've got former President Trump. He refused to condemn either Carlson for doing the interview or Fuentes for his views. He took a completely hands-off approach, just saying, let people decide for themselves. And you can see this exact split playing out inside powerful conservative institutions. I mean, the Heritage Foundation was thrown into chaos after they initially tried to defend Carlson. Meanwhile, the CEO of the Republican Jewish Coalition said he was appalled, offended, and disgusted. Two totally different worlds.
So when you boil it all down, this isn't just about one interview. It is a battle for the soul of a really powerful political movement, and it's a fight for the definition of a slogan that has shaped American politics for more than a century.
This whole conflict leaves us with a really critical question, one that will absolutely shape American politics for years to come. Who gets to define what America First means for the future? Thanks for joining us for this explainer.